Hello everybody, my name is Cool Blue and I'm bringing out this video of me organizing a board game. This is another one of my, I guess, infamous at this point, organization videos. I am going through the struggle and stress of trying to organize all the Vietnam Warfighter to get it all fit in one box. For context, I've already gone through a lot of the stress of this off screen, so don't worry, you won't see a ton of, well, you'll probably see a good bit of struggle, but you shouldn't see as much struggle as it was to kind of get to where we are. So I mentioned that because I have two expansions to add to this. I just got expansion number 13. I just got expansion number 6. I've done unboxing videos of those. Chronologically speaking, I'm done. I'm done unboxing all of them, including the campaign. Excuse me. So let me go ahead and start our background music. And oh, nope, not that one. Go back. Yes. Oh shoot, hitting too many buttons. Let me go ahead and start our background music, and then we'll get started with our unboxing. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Perfect. All right, so we got our background music going, and sorry, not unboxing, sorry, reboxing, organization. Jeez. So as I mentioned before, I have a storage solution already, so let me go ahead and give you a tour of what the current state of things are. Here we have the 13 expansions plus the campaign. I don't have the campaign banner anymore, but it came in a plastic bag, but I've already unboxed that. And I have the base game unboxed, so I have videos of all those. I don't know what order I'm going to release these in. So you might see this video before you see the video of me unboxing everything individually. I'm going to scooch all that to the side because we don't need that anymore. Put the box over here. And as far as my current storage solution, the way it sits right now, this has been the most box lift I've ever accepted in a board game because it has everything in it. So I have everything inside of here, up with the exception of expansion number 6 and expansion number 13. But the campaign's in here, everything's in here. And probably what I'm going to end up doing is I'm probably going to end up removing the campaign expansion, put that somewhere else, and then there'll leave space for putting the rest of the stuff in there. So I can have all the base game and other expansions, and campaign could be somewhere else. I'm a little bummed about that, but we'll see if I can maybe not do that. But I think it's going to be too much stuff to try to cram into what's remaining. So speaking of cramming on what's remaining, a current tour of what I have is that here's the rule sheets and here's the other sheets. I do have a label printer, so I have used my label printer. And these are all Gamegenic deck boxes. I think these are their 100, 200? Yeah, 100 plus XL boxes. So this is Gamegenic 100 plus XL boxes, and I've tried to color coordinate them a little bit to make it a little bit easier for setup, teardown, finding things, especially when you get new equipment that you find. Just I know I need a yellow box. I just gotta figure out which one. But I have them all labeled here, all organized and whatnot, because organizing a board game helps to hit the table faster. That's my philosophy. So therefore, spending a little bit of more money on the storage solution has been the go-to for me, given that I had the flexibility to, and my friendly local game store has a good number of options for me to choose from. So in addition to that, I have again a tour of the things. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 different deck boxes, the XL ones. It does create an enormous amount of box lift, especially since I have it stacked on top of the board and all the other stuff. So pulling those out, and we'll give a tour of those a little bit later. Like I said, I've already found a solution, but I'm just trying to see if I can get the rest of it in the solution. In addition to that, I have these, which are from Q for me. This one is the Euro card one. It's not an advertisement, not sponsored by anybody. I'm just talking about the things that I'm using here. These are from Q for me. This is their the mini card box, and I'm using to hold my ammo tokens. I could store these somewhere else. I have another place I could store these, and I might end up, well, I don't think I would end up doing that, but I could do that to save a little bit of space. I have these spin down counters here. I've got 4 of them because they fit in the box. I had these mostly because when I do a playthrough, I would like to try to, live stream it or record it. And though you may only see 1 or maybe 2 playthroughs so far, I've attempted at least 4 or 5. Rules issues led me to not posting them. But these have been useful for keeping track of like body count and stuff that you can't see, because I'll zoom in on the board and all that. So this is just more so for production, not really for playing through, because playing through I can just not have these. So I can technically not include these, but I keep them in my box because they fit at this time. These dice, these are D4s, D6s, and D10s in various different colors. I found on Amazon they had a pack of D&D dice, full set of from D4 to D20. Including all the things in between, and it had a full set of 24 or 27 different colors, color combinations of all of them for a reasonable price. I think it was about maybe $25 to $30. So I got that. And the reason why I have this is because sometimes you have your enemies and they're all attacking different people. So in order to help speed the game up and kind of get over like instead of taking the 5 dice that the game come with, which is 4 d10s and 1 d6, taking those dice, I just kind of put a d4 on all different enemies of different colors, and then I roll all the dice at once, the d6s and the d10s for everybody at once, and then I just kind of evaluate, one by one, saying, okay, this person attacked that, this person attacked that, okay, that's defeat cover, didn't defeat, didn't get a kill, got a kill, didn't defeat cover, missed both, stuff like that, and it helps speed up the game a little bit. I don't save a ton of time with it, but it saves enough time to where it's justified, so I have it here. Over here, we have just the percent dice that came with those sets. I just kind of have these in here just in case I need to roll more. Technically, I can get rid of these because I don't need them. Usually, if I need to roll multiple d10s, I can just either roll the d10s that the game comes with or just roll multiple of those and call it a day. It's rare that an enemy is going to do multiple d10s worth of shots at you. Actually, I don't even think it's possible. I think they always roll 1 d6 and 1 d10. So I kind of had these just here for filler, but I can take them out of here. Everything else is another spin down counter. These are d6s, so they go 1 through 6 and then 6 through 12, if I'm not mistaken. And that allows me to kind of keep track of ammo when somebody has I have 18 ammo, so it helps me keep track of that a little bit easier. Just kind of having one of these and then an ammo marker on top to kind of keep track of it. If you watch my playthroughs, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll definitely see these make an appearance. But what I'm saying is I can ultimately kind of get rid of these percent dice because I really don't need them and they're taking up space, and I can possibly fit in more of these d6s for counters. More boxes, then I organize things. Here's a campaign deck box. I mentioned before that I'm probably going to end up taking this entire stack. I was able to shove the entire campaign set of cards, not very nicely, like it's a little bit squeezed in there. But these are sleeve cards. I don't know the thickness of these, but these are the Ultra Pro matte sleeves, clear matte. So there's clear on the back, matte on the front. I wanted to try to get full matte sleeves, but I don't think GameGenic is doing their sleeves right now, probably because of tariffs and all the things going on in the world and production issues. But instead I got these, so I was able to get them for a reasonable price. Not a great price, but a reasonable price. I really wanted to use Sleeve Kings instead, but Sleeve Kings does not make matte sleeves. So Sleeve Kings, if you're out there listening, please make some matte sleeves. I would definitely buy a lot of them. But here, this is the next best thing. Because like I said, the GameGenic matte sleeves that they have, those were my go-to for a long time, but they just became harder and harder to find, and the value has dropped dramatically, because the United States is doing United States things. In here's the board, the player board, nothing special there. I really want a neoprene matte version of this, and if I do, then I can have a neoprene matte that I carry with it and save a little bit of space, save a little bit of box lift. It won't save much though, so I just keep the board here. And then here, I got these for Etsy. I know DVG sells these as well, but they were out of stock at the time that I was trying to purchase them from the website, because I was trying to get these from the website, but I just decided to go for Etsy. And these were about $4 a piece or $3 a piece. I don't remember exactly. I have 6 of them, so this is one because the other 5 are under this tray. Speaking of the tray, this is from Cube for Me. These are their token trays. I don't remember the exact size, but I'll try to put in the description. At least I'll try to put the Cube for Me stuff, because I'm pretty sure the GameGenic stuff, the Ultra Pro stuff, you'll be able to find that by name by searching. But Cube for Me is a little bit more niche. They make a lot of stuff for war games, and by war games I mean like chits and bits type games, not like miniatures moving around a map type games, moving around table space type games. And as a result, they have these token display trays, I think is what they're called. And these are great. I love these. These are great because it helps me find specific pieces. It lets me be over organized. I have the trays organized in a way that makes a little bit of sense for me when I play. So I have all my my soldier stuff here, and then when I'm playing the game, I didn't have to do this, but it saved a little bit of space. Sorry, get the rubber bands out. I didn't have to do this, but it saved a little bit of space to kind of put so this is like when I first start, I get my soldiers, get all their bits and stuff set, and then this is the main tray I end up sitting on while I'm playing the game. So all my kill counters are here. So whenever I get a enemy killed in action, I get a body count. I get to pull it from here. My experiences here, extra actions, because sometimes you find extra soldiers, or sometimes you get extra actions. I had that here. Wounds, because inevitably somebody's gonna get hit. Grenades and a few rockets and some bandages, because those tend to be the tokens that I go to the most. And this tray here is just kind of the rest of it. the rest of the stuff, the entrance and action markers. I rarely use these because I always forget that they exist, and they're kind of tedious to kind of find the right one, put it on the board and stuff. But I had these in alphabetical order, so it can help me technically, but I just never use them. And then here's the rest of the weapons and stuff, and this is the final tray, the cover tray, which is just an extra tray that covers it, keeps it together, because otherwise it'll just be flying everywhere. And yeah, so that's a Cube for Me tray. I really love these trays. I finally broke down and just bought like $200 worth of these trays so I can have a lot of them. I don't have a ton of war games in my collection. By that I mean, again, chits and bits games, but I'm starting to get a little bit more involved in those because they tend to have a little bit more deeper solo games, and I play a lot of solo games here. You may not see videos of me playing solo or war games because they're complex, and I have I'm not that good at like grand strategy. I'm a lot better at adjusting and adapting to scenarios as they face, so more tactical than long-term grand strategy, but I try. So here are the rest of the trays. Again, these trays are great. If you can find yourself some of these trays, I would highly recommend getting them from either Etsy or from DVG officially. Etsy's probably better because you can get color combinations. I got mine in a green and black because I felt it would show up on camera better. So like the green layer, the black, but they have a ton of different color combinations. You can get whatever color combination you want. And like I said, I specifically got mine because one, green and black, it looked nice and clean. And then two, it shows up really well on the camera. So that's why I got these. And then finally down here, we have the Heart of the Darkness, the campaign expansion map. So this is just a little piece of paper that has different locations you walk to and some stuff and some text. That's that. All right, so that's kind of a tour of my current situation. Now, what I need to do is, like I said before, I have two expansions that I just opened and sleeved. And that's going to be the Tunnel Rats expansion, Tunnel Rats number 1 specifically, so expansion number 6, and then the Vehicles expansion, or expansion number 13. These will be the only expansions I'll ever buy. I have no intention and no plans on buying any more expansions for Warfighter Vietnam or Warfighter games in general, and I'll make a whole separate video explaining why. But it boils down to I really don't like DVG's distribution model for this game. I hate it. I dislike it greatly. DVG, if you're listening, I don't like what you're doing. Please stop doing it. Just make a soldier big pack, or make a vehicle, or make a battle pack big pack, or just make a big box version where you're selling it for $300. I'll buy it. But this whole piecemeal thing, I do not like it, especially when you release the base game plus 12 expansions immediately. I get it, Warfighter's built on this whole system. Again, I'll make a whole separate video for this and talk about cost and stuff, but my frustration is infinite when it comes to that kind of stuff. Anyway, I bought it already, so, money spent, hey, makes one complaints, but still owns the whole entire thing, so, am I the whale? Am I really the whale? The answer is yes. All right, cool. I can still complain about it, though. I spent my money. It's my American right to complain. It's the most American thing I can do is complain. All right, going back into here, though, I need to store these inside of those boxes. So that is what I need to do. Now, the way that I have these done, and I said I was going to do a closer tour after I kind of got through everything, the way I have these separated is I had them separated kind of by category, and I tried to keep the color combinations somewhat similar. So like, for instance, battle packs, I have those all here. Battle packs, for those who don't know, battle packs are essentially like these Tunnel Rat cards. The base game has locations, events, and locations, objectives, and missions. And they'll just be kind of generic backs. But battle packs, you can only use the locations and the missions that have the same name. So as a result of that, these are not compatible with everything else. Now, technically, the hostiles are also battle pack restricted, with the exception of Tunnel Rats, from my understanding. The hostiles can be mixed with the base game, so you can kind of play every hostile with everything except for Tunnel Rats 1 and 2, which is expansion number 6, expansion number 7. You can technically mix and match those with every single thing you play. You can have a giant stack of hostiles. You can have like a small slim stack where you face like specific, more specialized hostiles. It's up to you. But the reason why I'm saying that is because the battle packs have to be separate. So that's why I put these boxes in red. There's also elite and frontline enemies, which those can be mixed in with any of the expansions that allow you to use the Vietnamese or Vietnam hostiles, Vietnam location hostiles. The elite are basically harder enemies, harder hostiles. And the frontline are easier hostiles. Currently, what I have in my stack is I have the base game hostiles plus all the frontline hostiles, and I have the elite hostiles just hanging out over here because the game is hard enough. Like my win rate in this game, of maybe the 10 games that I've played, of those 10 games, 5 have been played correctly. And by correctly, I mean mostly correctly. Maybe a rule's wrong here, a rule's wrong there, spawning too many enemies or something like that. But of those 5 games that I've played correctly, with air quotes, or mostly correctly, I've won 1. So my win rate is not good. And of those 10 games that I played, the ones that I got to completion, I don't know the exact number, let's say 7, sure. I've still won only 1 game out of all of the games I've played. So this game is pretty difficult. I'm either bad at it or bad at planning. There's one game that I played that I was really close to winning, and I just flubbed it at the end, and that just hurt my heart. It still hurts my heart to this day. But I got a cool story to tell. Let me tell you. So that's all that. So what I'm trying to say is that the battle packs are over here, and I want to try to keep those separate because there's locations, there's sometimes enemies. For the tunnel rats, there's enemies, and then there's missions and objectives that I can't mix with everything else. So I got to figure out how to put all of these cards inside of these 2 boxes. And these 2 boxes, this one's chock full. This one's stuffed with cards that are sleeved already, and it has all the battle packs in it, except for Tunnel Rats 2, of course. And this one there's some space in here where I have my enemy killed in action and my dice. I can definitely move these somewhere else and reduce space, which is what I was saying earlier. I can get rid of some of those D10s, those percent dice D10s that I don't need. But this is probably not enough space to store everything. And currently this is all hostiles. This is all the hostiles from all the battle packs, and I want to try to maintain some sense of order, but we'll see if that's the case. When it comes to my soldiers, my squad soldiers, you see this one's kind of chock full with everything. MPS soldiers, squad soldiers, vehicles, team soldiers, aircraft, service records. Maybe I can squeeze a little bit of space in here, but the aircraft stack, the vehicle stack is basically all of these cards minus this many. So I need to fit all of this into a deck box. And this is where I was thinking that maybe I need to take the campaign and remove it from the box and then put another deck box in here and then just have everything kind of together, have the campaign on the side. I do eventually want to play through the campaign. I might try to do a whole video series where I play through it, but I've seen a few people have already done that themselves, so you can kind of get an idea how the game's played. I don't know what my commitment level is to it because I kind of like the whole one-shot, run in with the squad, build your squad, run in there, see if you can kind of accomplish a mission, or if you fall flat. I like that approach better than like a persistent building a character, building a team up story. So what I'm trying to say is there's a low chance I'll probably play a campaign anyway. So I might just remove that from the box. And if I do that, then I'll be able to take another deck box, and then I'll just be able to put all the cards, reshuffle everything a little bit, maybe have to remake labels, and then put it all there. So we'll see if I can kind of fit everything together. I do like the idea of having one giant family. Everybody's in the same box. And for those who are wondering, why am I going through so much effort to try to keep everything in the same box? The reason why is because that allows me to just, whenever I take the game with me, I have everything I need. I have everything that the game has to offer. And I can have different looks, I can have different plays. Yes, it is unlikely that I'll play more than one game when I do take this with me. But if I'm going on like a long trip or something and I have space to take this giant behemoth of a box, given all the stuff I have inside of it, I'll have so much game that I can just kind of play that one over and over and over, assuming that I don't grow stale with it as I go along. So that's why I'm going through so much effort to try to get it all in one box. But okay, all right. The hell we talk about my methodology and all this other fun stuff. Let me turn my audio down because my voice is very loud in my ears. Hopefully it sounds better for everybody out there. I've been trying to work through some of the sound issues. Some people have complained in previous videos about the audio being pretty low. So I've upped the audio here, so maybe it sounds better. But again, if you haven't watched a lot of my other videos, hopefully this one sounds good. Let me know in the comments. All right, continuing on. So, I think I'm gonna go ahead and preemptively commit to having the campaign not in the base game box, because the chances of me interacting with the campaign stuff is pretty low. So as a result, we're just gonna assume that I'm not putting this back in the box. So this is gonna be out. Therefore, I can use this. I don't know if I have a color that matches what I currently have though. Let's see. I got a blue one. Let's see. We need a clear. I don't know if I have another clear one. Without getting up, I don't see one. All my deck boxes should be right beside me, or most of them. So I think I either need to switch the campaign out into this orange one. Now, I kind of like the campaign in the black box because it's the Heart of Darkness, it's thematic. So I'm gonna keep it over there. All right, so I'm using this for whatever overflow I have. Now the question is, how am I gonna organize this? Because I think there's enough vehicles to justify them having their own box. And then I can try to play around or finagle some space from somewhere else. This box is chock full of stuff already. I don't think I'll be too offended if I just kind of buddy up some more stuff inside of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the vehicles that are in here that the base game comes with, and the service record probably. I might keep the service records in there. I'll do that. And now this is just squad soldiers and service records and NPS. And then that's going to go back in here. Because one thing that I'm going to end up losing is I'm going to end up losing that extra space for storing this thing. And if I'm able to like kind of squeeze this in to one of the extra boxes, that lets me kind of keep the whole same capacity for holding all the dice I have without losing too much. So we've taken out these vehicles. So this is a bunch of vehicles and a bunch of aircraft. And let's see. There we go, aircraft, vehicles. This is from expansion 13 in the base game for the most part. Put these together, get me a divider. I think my dividers are in here. Yeah, these are my dividers. I got some pretty cheap dividers on Amazon. I think I paid like $10 for like 50 of these. And these are really nice. I also paid a little bit of money for, I think maybe $10 as well, for 50 of these. And I got this twice. So I have a whole bunch of different dividers that I can use. I'm going to use the other ones because I need to go sideways, but I'm just happy that I got these. I was spending like $10 for a set of these, like two of each color, if I'm not mistaken. And that was getting expensive. The fact that I can get so many more for such a cheap price was pretty nice. Relatively cheaper, I should say. Probably not good for the planet with all the plastic I'm putting into this box, but you know what? We can't win every battle. We can't win every battle. We can try. We should definitely try for sure, but sometimes you can't. So let's see. I have vehicles, so I want to make their tabs. I've used pink already somewhere. I don't have any oranges left. What do I use orange for? Where's orange? So it's black in there. This is a green box and a green thing. I feel like I've used my orange tab somewhere, but I don't know where. Oh, okay, there's an orange one right there. So I've used one there. Use a yellow there. Was it in the campaign? Nope, I used black in there. Red in there. Oh, well, did I not have orange ones? What's going on? Am I colorblind? So just to clarify, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find orange tabs. I have no earthly idea where they might be. Is there another board game that I've recently put away? Let me think. Because I might have put them in a different game. I think Comancheria, maybe. I don't feel like getting up, so I'm not gonna go do that. All right, so we're using a different color. So we're gonna do lime green then for vehicles. I only need like one, so it's fine. Okay, cool. Oh no, my vehicles. And I gotta put these in alphabetical order. I'll do that off camera. You guys don't need to see me do alphabetizing cards here on the screen. So we got aircraft and vehicles. There we go. And again, we're gonna use this orange box here. And we got plenty of space for more stuff. So now we got our dilemma. Our dilemma is tunnel rats, because I have all the battle packs in here. And it's nice to have all the battle packs in here. Actually, I didn't put tunnel rats in there. Oh. I've labeled everything except for, oh, actually that's perfect, okay. If I labeled everything except for tunnel rats, that's great, because I don't have to redo a label either. So here's Hamburger Hill, here's Hui, here's Yidring, Kishan, macv-sog, tunnel rats. Because tunnel rats comes with its own objectives, missions, locations, and enemies. So because all this is tunnel rats, what I'm gonna do, because there's some soldiers in here I need to take out and some skills too. I'm gonna put the skills with, put the skills with everything else. So I'm gonna take all this here, and I'm gonna separate this out for a second. Let me clean up my workspace here. And I'm gonna put the tunnel rats inside of the orange box with the vehicles. I think that'll be fine, because there's a lot of space in there, and that will solve my problem. So here's the tunnel rats enemies, tunnel rats locations, missions, and objectives. So we have tunnel rats location, tunnel rats missions, tunnel rats objectives, and here's all the enemies. And then these are skills and soldiers. I can mix these in with everything else, integrate them with everything else. We got a vehicle? Oh no, just weapons, okay. So I'll squeeze these in with everything else. But for right now, we got all the ton of rat stuff. I can use dividers for these two. I don't think I will, because you kind of need all of them. So we'll do enemies, locations, objectives, and missions. Okay, so that one's settled. And then we got some more space inside of here, which I'm happy about. And put these back in here. And for those who are watching, it's like, hey, Cool Blue, why did you sleeve all your cards? It's like, well, you don't shuffle a lot of cards in this game. The only ones that you really shuffle are the action cards, and those ones are taking a beating. I might need to replace those sleeves sooner rather than later. But the reason why I sleeve all my cards is because I want to protect my game. You know, I spent, I think I'm in, was it $320 roughly for everything, not including deck boxes, not including sleeves for this game, just for the base game plus other stuff. Reason why I want to make a whole video about it, because I think that's, you know, $55 if I just got the base game. Everything else price-wise is all the expansions, which I think is a little absurd, but that's just me having money that I can light on fire. Not that I'm bragging or anything. I'm just saying that it was like, hey, you know, I sunk cost fallacy kicked in. What can I tell you? But that all goes a long way to say that I want to protect my cards. I want to make sure that somebody spills something, that it's not going to ruin my cards, and I've decided to do so. I already have the means already, halfway have the means, I should say. As in, I had a bunch of sleeves and stuff already. I just need to go buy a few extras, and I had half of these deck boxes already. I went out and bought a few more. They're not super expensive, so it's not cost prohibitive, so that's why I decided to sleeve up on all the things. And why is that going in there? Here we go. Okay, we got that to, if it fits, it sits. And we'll put the tunnel rats right behind it. Okay, there we go. So now we got the vehicles, aircraft, and tunnel rats are all in there. And the rest of these cards should be able to fit inside of what exists. So I think going for the call of removing the campaign from the box was a good call. Let me get all these skills together, and like I said, I'll alphabetize all these later. What I try to do with my equipment and my skills and my weapons and my player soldiers and my MPS soldiers and my squad soldiers, I try to put them in alphabetical order. For soldiers, I try to put them by number and then by alphabetical order, because it's not that they're all the same. It just kind of helps. Like if I'm looking for like a 5, I got all my 5s together. If I'm looking for like a 12, I can find all my 12s together, and then, you know, look for them there. So that's how I try to keep the chaos somewhat managed here. As you can see, there's a lot of chaos here. So like my weapons are alphabetical. Let me zoom in a little bit more here. So I can just keep these alphabetical, I guess. So we got an M6. So we got a lot of M's. I guess M stands for military. I don't know. So M6 comes before M60, but after M3, yeah, M6 shotgun. And then sawdust shotgun should be way back here. There's only a few S. SAW. Okay. All right, so that's all of that. And equipment. It's only a few pieces of equipment, so I'll put these in order to, like I said, I was trying to save you guys the struggle of watching me do this, but you know what? It's fine. What, is that one different? That's a handheld flashlight. It's not a flashlight. What is different? This one says, pay 1 action and select a hostile card in your location. For the rest of this turn, add 1 or 2 if you outgun it to the attack rolls against this hostile card. Oh, that's not as good as a flashlight. I like a flashlight better. Handheld flashlight sucks. Alright, well, that's a trash item. I guess it's not trash if it helps me, you know, take out some enemies, but sure. I think headlamp was infinitely better. Headlamp basically, where is it at? I just saw it. Headlamp is pay 2 XP, select a hostile card in your location. For the rest of the turn, add 1 to penetration rolls against this hostile card. I like that one way better, because it can help you like kind of gang up on somebody if you got the people in the right spot. All right, rusted pickaxe. So here's a pick knife, and there's a pistol holster. I think that one, those two came with tunnel rats. And this one, rusted pick knife, goes right there. Okay, so those are all sorted and integrated with everything else. We can put this back into our weapons and equipment box. And again, a lot of this video is going to be just me kind of putting it into where it currently exists, and then me explaining my methods, the method to the madness, and then putting it back in the box. So this is all going to be successful. It's all going to fit back into the box the way it was before. In reality, all I did was remove the campaign box and swap it out with something else. I swapped out the campaign box with something else. Ooh, that's not good. Okay, this might be too many cards. Okay, all right, well, as soon as I said something, as soon as I said this is all going smoothly, because of course it is, we have something to make it not go smooth. We got too many skill cards. This is a skill issue. Literally a skill issue. Oh no. All right, yeah, these, because this is already barely fitting in there with the skills plus the player soldiers, so I need to reconfigure something. What if I put the MPS soldiers? Ow. What if I put the MPS soldiers in there? Like that. So now this is player soldiers plus squad soldiers and everybody else. And the MPS soldiers are slightly less of them, I think. Let me see. Is that true? Nope. Looks like there's just as many MPS as there were player soldiers. We'll see if it fits. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I can spatially solve this problem. Probably not. Ooh, that's almost all the space in there. All right. Well, there's a skill called it'll fit. That will not fit. All right. So it looks like team soldiers are. Man, I have something's getting orphaned here. All right. Like I said, I spoke too soon. I was like, oh, this is all gonna be easy. That's why this is so easy, because I've already done all the hard work, and here I am. The struggle. The struggle. It says, so I heard you were talking junk. All right, so let's get these player soldiers here, because there's 3 more down there. So let's get them in with the, oh, these are MPS. Player soldiers. Player soldiers. Where did I just put, oh, they're right here. Again, I'll organize that later. MPS soldiers, we got these 3, or these 2 to throw in there. And then squad soldiers. We got to put them with their squad. It's team soldiers, squad soldiers, like so. Oh, jeez, dropping cards. Chaos, chaos, I tell you. Right, squad soldiers all here. And that's set. Okay, so that's all set. Now I got to figure out how to fit this in the box. That's not a lot of space. Not a lot of space left. I can put my battle fatigue cards. No, that's it. Maybe. These are battle fatigue cards. These are action cards. And as you can see, the sleeves here, they're going to beat up a little bit. Like that one's starting to split. That's not great. But and this one just became too packed. All right, we can do this. We can do this. I believe in myself. I believe. And there was a song, if you believe that we got a picture perfect plan, then we got you fooled, because we only do the best we can. Yes, that was Liz McGuire. You are correct. All right. So I have all these MPS soldiers. I need to find a house for them. I need to find somewhere for them to live. What if I put, because I don't think there's as many vehicles as there are aircraft. Oh, there's a lot of both of those. Jeez. All right. I mean, there's some space in there. But this is the hostiles box. So I need to put the, is this all tunnel rats? This is all tunnel rats, right? This is all tunnel rats. It ultimately does not matter who I put where, as long as I label it so I can know where to find it. It's just a little annoying to not have like similar things together. Okay, so the weapons and equipment, this one is kind of maxed out. I can fit service records in here. Yeah, I'll put service records in here, save a little bit of space. Because the service records, I guess I'm gonna put those along with the weapons and consider those thin. So I'll put those back here with the little close quarter combat reminder. And those will fit. That'll fit. It'll fit. All right, so it's weapons and servers. I gotta move a label, but I'll do it later. I'm not gonna do label printing on this here. So I got a little bit of space here. The problem is the little bit of space I have, I can't really do much with. And that's where my struggle is starting at. Because I gotta fit all of these cards, and these are a set. This one can be kind of split up a little bit more. So I suppose I can put the elite enemies over here with this battle pack. And they will fit gladly right there. So it gives me a little bit more together space. Like so. And then I got more space here. Can I fit tunnel? If I can fit tunnel rats here, sorry, you can't see that, my bad. I didn't realize you couldn't see that. If I put tunnel rats here, then that would solve my problem. It might fit, it might fit. It might fit. I need a red. I don't think I have a red. I have a, oh, I do, I lied, I have a red. All right, so if I put tunnel rats back here, like that, that saves me a good bit of space. So now we're cooking with oil. All right, so I got soldiers. These are MPS. These are player soldiers, team soldiers, and squad soldiers. I think I'm gonna put MPS here instead of squad soldiers. I like having the main soldiers. Squad soldiers are kind of filler, sometimes extra actions for me. Okay, so here we go. So MPS soldiers are there, and now the squad soldiers, I can put them in here with the vehicles because all these are squad soldiers anyway. So that works out perfect. All right, here we go. Just took a little bit of imagination, a little bit of saliva. Just like, you know, spit on it. It'll be fine. Okay, don't spit on that. Please don't spit on the cards. That's unsanitary, especially if you're having other people play your game. So we got all the squad soldiers are in one, because vehicles are technically squad soldiers. And whew, I think we solved our crisis there. That was getting scary. It's getting spooky. And I can fit this here. Not really. Can I fit this anywhere? Nope. Maybe here. Okay, that fits cozily in there. All right, there we go. All right, we did it. Oh man, that was getting stressful. All right, so we got everything here. We got everything fit in the box. Let me zoom back out. Oh, okay. Well, that's not what. There we go. That's a little bit better. So we got everything to fit back into the box. We got all the cards thrown into there. I do need to redo my labels, which I'm not thrilled about, but I'll do that off video here. And the campaign can no longer fit in the box, which is what I was assuming was going to happen, because there's too much action going on in this box. The box is chock full of stuff. So let's kind of go over the final situation before I put it back in the box. So inside of this box, I no longer have everything in here. I have player soldiers, team soldiers, and MPS. So player soldiers, team soldiers, MPS. Do I have pliers? Not pliers. Tweezers. If I have tweezers, I'll go ahead and do this now. Well, actually, I need a knife. Oh, here we go. I got a knife. So in reality, I moved vehicles and squad soldiers and aircraft, and those are in this box. So I know I said I wasn't going to make labels here, but I didn't say I wasn't going to move them. So let me see if I can do this without ruining my label. Save a little bit of label tape. It's getting a little bit expensive out there. The reason why I'm using a knife is so I don't get my finger greases all over there. So I have 3 labels, so vehicle, snacks, and then squad soldier. And I have to make a label for tunnel rats as well. Or I just kind of leave the labels as it is. Like I don't think of all the battle packs, tunnel rats is the one I'm most likely to try to sit down and play because I have a lot of stuff for it. So we'll see if I actually do. This one's gonna be tricky to get to. Here we go. All right. Squad soldiers. So here we go. We'll get the rest of the labels later, but I just want to get it on the front here. So squad, soldiers, aircraft. Oh, shoot. Okay, well I guess we'll get the rest of the labels now. I should have pulled from the front and put on the front. I didn't think that through. All right, well these are gonna go on the top then. Now you might be wondering, like I said, I've said it a few times already, but I'll go ahead and just reiterate. The reason why I spend a lot of time organizing, okay, that's gonna bother me. The reason why I spend a lot of time organizing my games is because it helps the game hit the table faster. This does actually help with setup a lot, especially when I know, like, okay, my my equipment is over here, my weapons over here, my soldiers over here, and it really does help with that. One alternative that I thought about doing was putting all of these soldiers and squad soldiers inside of a like a trading card book, or inside of the nine pocket sleeves, and then have it to where I can actually go and just look at all of them and just kind of scan across, see what they need, see what they get. But that method would be nice, but it doesn't fit as nicely in a box unless I could find some way to get that to fit inside of the base game box. If I could, I would, but it just ultimately wasn't worth the attempt to do all that. All right, there we go. That's gonna be annoying to look at, but it's labeled. Sure. Okay, so we got the fronts are good. Here we just have skills now. So just skills. So where are the player soldiers? They are. Where did I put them? Are they in here? Oh, they're in here now. Okay, yeah. Service record has been moved. Okay, so player soldiers are in here. Where's the service record? I put it with this. No, I put it with the weapons. Okay, so they're in here. Yeah, service records in there. It's gonna move that. And yeah, so organization is a huge thing for me. I do have a lot of board games, and it's kind of like you know, that parent who has a lot of kids. I'm not saying that I'm counting my board games as kids. I just want to be very specific. Kids and board games are not the same thing. Board games do not replace kids, although they can be just as expensive. I think kids are still more expensive. But kind of like that person who has a lot of kids, you know, they have different organization and storage ways, or what's the word I'm looking for? Sequences? That's not the word. Rituals? That's also not the word. Ways to help manage a lot of chaos, a lot of little devils, if you will. Little demons running around. I love kids, by the way. Kids are cool. I think, you know, the youth is the future, of course, but also sometimes it's like, geez, these memes are killing me. But that goes a long way to say that, yeah, this helps with getting the game out, and much in the same way that a parent would have some different type of ways that they would manage many different kids, many like their toddlers or their young ones running around, or their teenagers running around doing stuff. I like to think of it as the same way for me. Again, not saying that having board games is the same as having kids. I just want to be very specific. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is, you know, this is just what I do. That's what I do here. All right, these labels are as labeled as they're going to be labeled. I got to make some new labels. I got to move these ones too for Elite and Frontline over here. I'm not going to do that right now. I don't feel like it. But let's go ahead and put this back together. And again, we're going to end up with the exact same storage solution, except for the campaign is going to be stored elsewhere, which I'm okay with. I don't think the campaign's a waste of money. I haven't sat down and played it. I've heard people say some really good things about it. I know my friend Bear, he does not like this game at all, but he probably would be a little bit more inclined to like the campaign, because one of the things that he complained about, one of the things that he said in a video that we did that I think we lost the time, unfortunately, was that he really wished that he could have a soldier kind of run around and like level up from mission to mission. And that is exactly what you can do with the campaign. So I think he might like the idea, the concept of the campaign. I still don't think he likes his game enough to even give it a chance. So, you know, not every game is built for every person. And I would make the argument that there are times where this game does annoy the absolute bejeebus out of me. Because dice are going to be dice. And sometimes it's like I rolled so many dice and I missed every single one. I don't understand. This game is clearly broken. But it happens, you know, dice are dice. That's what we tell ourselves to help us sleep at night. Okay, so here's that. Essentially, we're just putting everything back in like we had it before. Again, all we really did was add the orange box. And we got this all set and ready to go. And yes, I do try to put my stuff in a certain order because like I think the soldiers are like the most important. Oh, wait, where's the squad soldiers? Oh, wait. Okay, I see. Oh, that's gonna mess up my color palette. Anyway, I was gonna say I try to put these in certain order because I do think it's better to put like the squad soldiers and stuff up front. My color palette is ruined. But okay, whatever. Excuse me. All right, so we're gonna put these in here. These are also from Cube for Me. I don't think I talked about that, but these are also from Cube for Me. And I put links to Cube for Me stuff in there, not because I'm sponsored or anything, but because I know those are not as easy to find unless you know exactly what you're looking for. And that's that. So that's settled. And then here, this is there, this is there, and boom, we've done it. We've done our storage solution. So a lot of it was already done off camera. I had it all kind of figured out previously. I just need to get the rest of the expansions to put it in there. And I'm assuming you can store the rest of Warfighter in stuff like this. So Warfighter World War II, Warfighter everything else, Shadow War, Soldier Battle, Modern Sneaking Combat, Private Contractor, Israeli Defense Force, whatever. I'm assuming they have a lot of different warfighters, that's what I'm trying to say. But I'm assuming you can store those in a similar way if you really wanted to. I'm only doing this because I want to have everything in one box. Realistically, I should just kind of put everything inside of a card box. So kind of like any of the travel around, like the Gamegenic dungeons or something like that. I can't think of any other name, so I'm just using Gamegenics one because I know that one, I have a few of those. And just kind of put all the cards in there and just have it all like set up. To where you just kind of pull out what you need in different sections. I opted to go for this because I really wanted to keep it inside the original box. Why? I have no clue. Oh, I do know why. The reason why is because the board that this game comes with does not fit inside of one of those deck boxes, those card storage things. Again, I see two of them across my room that are non-Gamegenic, but they're too far away for me to go get. So I'm not gonna get up and go get them. But you can just store your games out of that and you'll have probably easier time organizing because you can literally just kind of put your cards, put your dividers in there and just pull out what you need and then move it from there. That would be a much more ideal way to store it. But like I said, the board that the game comes with, you can't really store it in there. And if you know the game well enough and if you play the game a lot, you really don't need the player board. You can just play it, just visualize the different card rows and columns and have fun there. But I like having the board. I think it's thematic. I like the image, like the Vietnam sunset and stuff. So me personally, I'm gonna keep it there. Oh, also the way that I have my chits and bits and stored in there, that would not fit inside of one of those, or at least one that I've seen so far. If they ever make one of those like card storage things with like slightly taller area, so like empty space up top, that'd be cool. But that kind of defeats the whole purpose of it because you don't want your cards flying around and moving in that empty space. So I understand why they don't do it, but it's just a little annoying. Okay. And by they, I mean the people who make those. So that's gonna be it for this one. This has been me boxing everything. The only thing I could not fit inside of here was a campaign, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I got expansions 1 through 13 all stored inside of here. And the base game's in here, of course. The campaign, which is also an expansion 14, I guess, or expansion 0. I'm gonna keep this to the side. Again, I might play it through it eventually. I don't know. I'm not like super motivated to do so. I'm just more motivated to like get good at this game because I got all of it. I got all the things. I got every option I need. There's no excuse for me to be bad at this game because I got literally every single bell and whistle I can possibly have. Every soldier opportunity, every weapon opportunity, every vehicle opportunity is there. So maybe I'll get good. Or maybe I'll just stay bad. I don't know. Maybe I'll just be terrible bad at this game. But at any rate, that's going to be it for this video though. Thank you all very much for watching. Hopefully this video is enjoyable and informative. And yeah, that's it. So as always, I'll see y'all whenever.